G'day and welcome to the Hunting Connection podcast. My name is Zach Williams and I am your host. Here we'll connect you with hunters, fishers and outdoor enthusiasts from around the globe. This podcast will share hunting and fishing stories including past experiences and tackle the tough hunting stereotypes our community faces. We hope to be a positive influence to those outside the community while also having a laugh along the way. Hope you enjoy the podcast. G'day and welcome to a bonus episode of Hunting Connection podcast. On today's bonus episode, we have Max from In the Dark. How you going?
I'm good, thanks, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, good, thank you. Good. We've put this one together leading up to something that we'll discuss later in the podcast, but pretty happy to have you on.
Yeah, stoked to be here, man. Thanks for getting me on in the bonus episode. Appreciate it.
Nah, all good. I want to plug this upcoming event as much as possible. It's a wicked idea, and I'm keen to go out there and smash some critters.
Yeah, awesome. No, we're glad to have you on board, mate. Definitely.
So, where are you from, Max?
So I grew up in Adelaide, in the city. But majority of my family's from the Riverland area on my mum's side, and my dad's side, the Adelaide area, but my grandfather had a small farm in the Adelaide Hills, so every school holidays was in the country.
Yeah, beautiful. Whereabouts in the hills was that?
So it's just out the back of Woodside.
Yep, beautiful. Up towards Harrogate there-ish way?
A bit to the left, bird in hand.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yep.
I grew up in Mount Torrens, so nice and close. Beautiful area.
Yep. Yeah, lovely.
What do you do for work?
That's an interesting one. So I'm a reptile handler and keeper in a venomous milking facility. We're the only facility in the Southern Hemisphere that's private, besides for the Australian Reptile Park, which is obviously a zoo. So yeah, a bit of a different job.
That's awesome. Yeah. How'd you get into that?
It goes back a long way. I sort of had been keeping reptiles for a fair while and had a fairly substantial collection at home that I kept and bred and sold. And I'd bought some tiger snakes from the current employer and said, if you're ever looking for someone, let me know. And yeah, he gave me a message one day and said, hey, do you want to come out for a trial? And I've been there for nearly 7 years now.
That's awesome. What started the passion with reptiles?
It was an early age run-in with a red-belly black on my grandfather's farm. I was riding my bike with one of my cousins, and I saw this snake and I hit the brakes and fell over, and it slowly just cruised over to me, went over the bike wheel, over my leg, and then just into a big hollow stump.
That's cool.
And I was probably a good 400 or 500 meters away from the house, and everyone came running down because they could hear me screaming. But after that, I was just fascinated with them.
That's awesome. When did you get your first pet snake?
So Mum didn't let that happen too early, so I didn't get that until I was about 17, 18, I reckon.
What'd you get?
Just a bread-like carpet python. I had some bearded dragons and that sort of stuff as well along the way, and yeah, it just turned into a full-blown obsession for a little while.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, I got a Murray Darling python when I would have been 10, I reckon. And I had him for years, and then when I got into, late teens, I wasn't sure if I was going off traveling and if I was going to go work on stations and that, so I ended up donating him to Gorge Wildlife Park. So
awesome.
He lives
they got a good park there.
Yeah, they do. So yeah, that was I've always been fascinated with snakes. Never one to I'm no John O'Roberts. I'm not getting out there picking up venomous snakes.
No, you won't see me handling them the way he handles them either. Jeez, he's got some balls, that guy.
I'm not sure if it's bravery or stupidity. I love him to bits though. Like watching his videos is just insane. He wants to get down here and chase some tiger snakes, and I'm pretty sure he wants to go over to Kangaroo Island and chase some of the tiger snakes over there.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, if he ever comes down, you'll have to let me know. I watch some of his stuff. It's pretty entertaining.
Oh,
Love to catch up with the bloke.
yeah, definitely. But yeah, so you had some bearded dragons, and then the python, and then just went in from there.
Yeah, went in from there. Just I worked at a few pet shops when I was younger and stuff, so I did a bit of work from there and just built connections in the reptile industry and just kept going from there. And then sort of started a little side business breeding and selling reptiles for a while, and then started a snake catching business, and then moved to my current employer and sort of just let all that stuff sort of slowly dwindle down.
That's awesome.
Now I got a few lizards and a snake now. That's it. So
what made you go from pythons to venomous snakes?
I think it was just always that fascination with the venomous snakes. They've just got a totally different demeanor about them and personality. It's just something different, I think. Everyone keeps pythons, but not everyone keeps the venomous side of things. So
what was your first venomous snake?
It was red belly black,
yeah,
and he was an absolute psycho. It's very, very unusual behavior from a red belly. They're normally quite placid snakes, and this one was, he was known as a pretty quite crazy snake. His name was Twitch, because he was just super twitchy and always, something wrong with him, I reckon. But he was a good snake.
That's awesome. And what's the snake you have now?
I've got a diamond python now.
Yeah, gorgeous.
I've had her for 12 years. She was one of the first ones I got. She was a rescue from Gully Reptile Centre that they had. They couldn't manage to breed her, so they wanted to get rid of her, and so I took her, and I actually managed to breed her once. So they got some of the babies back, which they were quite happy about, and I think they still have some of them in the store.
Yeah, cool. They would have been quite envious that you were able to get her to breed.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes it just takes a bit of a change or a different male.
Yeah.
Animals can be funny.
They definitely can. But yeah, that's would have to be one of the most interesting jobs of anyone that's been on the podcast so far. So what's like your daily routine at work? What are you doing?
Daily routine. So we'll start with a Monday and a Thursday. They're probably the most interesting days. So Mondays is basically we get in and make up water bowls. So snakes they have water for 48 hours, basically 48 to 72 hours. So we put water bowls in and clean their enclosures. So everything's kept in plastic tubs, basically, in heated racks. So it's just a sheet of paper and a water bowl. Nice and quick to clean. So get through the tiger snakes, the brown snakes, the black snakes, then move on to the exotics. So we've got a few different cobras and rattlesnakes and things like that. So makes the job a bit more interesting.
That's awesome. What's your favorite snake to handle at work?
Oh, that's a hard one. Probably the king cobras.
Yeah,
it's always fun getting them out. Like you just get them by the tail and you start coming out, and they just keep coming for 14 foot.
That's insane.
Yeah, they're big snakes, but they're gentle giants, luckily enough.
So I take it you're milking him for anti-venom and stuff and purposes like that, or?
So we do a little bit of anti-venom stuff, but mostly we do research and for the medical industry.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, so it's a bit different. Everyone's like, "Oh, you guys make anti-venom?" We're like, "Nope, we purely just do venom. So that's it. We milk venom, we dry the venom, and we send the venom off. That's it."
Yeah, wow. That's definitely different, that's for sure, but pretty cool.
Yeah.
How did you get into hunting?
So my father was a shooter, and I didn't get much opportunity to hunt with him. My parents split when I was younger, and so I had a little bit to do with my dad, but not a huge amount. But he always had goat skins and all of that laying around the house at his place, so I was always very intrigued by it. And my cousins in the Riverland, whenever I was up there, would grab the air rifle or the 22 and go out into the blocks and shoot rabbits and birds and whatever we could.
That's awesome.
So I grew up around firearms and shooting, but it was actually my fiance now, but girlfriend at the time. Her parents had a farm down the southeast.
Oh, beautiful.
And yeah, so 5,000 acres down there to run around on. So we were down there quite often, and me and her old man would bond by going out spotlighting.
That's sweet.
And then eventually I shot my first red deer, a little 4-point out of a herd of 5 of them, and Caitlin's old man reckons I should have got all 5 of them. And then I was sort of hooked from there. I started researching deer and joined the ADA and just kept chasing them out there. And it was 4 years until I saw another deer out there during the day.
Yeah.
And that was you've seen it, obviously, the big 13-point red stag.
I have.
Yep. So that was my second ever red deer.
Insane.
Yeah. And like, oh man, they were just ghosts. Like I'd find cast antlers with like fresh blood on them. You'd find fresh poop. You'd be in the scrub and you could hear them breathing 10 meters away, but it was just so thick you couldn't see them.
Yeah.
So some really awesome times out there, but they sold that a few years ago and I haven't been back out there, unfortunately.
That's such a shame. And you do a lot of target shooting, like PRS stuff. Is that correct?
Yeah. PRS styled stuff, yeah. So I shoot at Monado a fair bit. I haven't recently. I've had a shoulder injury, so the rifles for that style of shooting are quite heavy, and it's not the greatest. Try and lift them in my current condition. But yeah, I'm heavily involved with that club and the PRS. Do a lot of volunteering for it.
Yeah, awesome.
So yeah, it's good fun, good bunch of guys, and a great way to improve positional building for hunting.
And you also, did you get out and go do some clays with Rich not long ago as well?
Yeah. So interesting thing about me is I'm a right-handed and left eye dominant.
Yep.
So my right shoulder's stuffed, but I shoot shotgun left-handed because I'm left eye dominant. So at the moment, shotgun shooting's about the best option for me. So I've actually been out there a fair bit with Rich and yeah, having a real good time. So it's good fun.
Yeah, I definitely need to make it out there one of these days. Once the kids' soccer season's finished, I'll have to try and organise a day where I get out there.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll be absolutely bloody useless and be the laughing stock, but it'll be a good laugh, that's for sure.
Oh mate, we're all the laughing stock. But you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, Rich is a great dude. He was episode 3 of this podcast, I reckon. So yeah, got all the time in the world for that guy. Absolute legend.
Definitely, absolute top bloke.
So hunting wise, what are you running? What are you mainly targeting these days?
Well, I'd like to do a bit more deer shooting, but I just haven't had time. So mostly foxes is what I spend a lot of my time doing. Just chasing foxes like no tomorrow. Just before my injury, I was trying to shoot one every night for a month, and I got through 18 days before not getting one, and I ended up with 20-something for the month. So
that's awesome. What size property are you mainly shooting on there?
So I'm on 30 acres at my place, and a lot of that was here, but I've also got 5,000 acres 15 minutes up the road that I shoot on, and then probably 3 or 4 90-acre, 50-acre blocks around the place that I just pop out to from time to time. So
beautiful. And you put up a post today. How many foxes have you taken off your property since you've been there?
Since we've been here, it'll be 2 years in November. It'll be 3 years in November. 2 or 3 years in November. In the last year, I've shot about 60-ish.
That's crazy.
In a year and a half. Yeah, for 30 acres, it's crazy.
That's awesome. Are you lighting or night vision, or what's the?
So I run a Pulsar Axion thermal for spotting, and then I've got a night vision scope and a 17 HMR. That's just the perfect combination.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, I definitely get jealous seeing all the fox photos nearly every
Yeah,
couple times a week.
yeah. Well, yeah, it's a couple of times a week I get a fox, but I'm generally go out for at least an hour most nights, if not two. So you got to really put the time into it to get them out here.
Yeah.
Uh, but it's starting to slow down a bit now. I haven't seen one here for a few days, so
Yeah, I went out for a deer stalk. When was that? Oh, a week or so ago. And this fox caught my eye. But at first I thought it was a Kelpie or a Border Collie. It was just this big, big dog. And he just walked straight into the long grass and would not turn around for any whistles. I had the 300 with me and he just was not interested in turning around. As soon as he went in that long grass, I lost him. I'm like spewing. So, yeah.
yeah, it's a bit of a bugger when you see those old dogs like that. I got an old one here the other day, and I was ranging a rabbit from. I've got a brick wall that runs down the side of my house, and I was standing just to the side of it, ranging a rabbit out in the paddock, and he walked past me at about 25 meters. And luckily enough, I'd had my rifle on my shoulder on the tripod. I didn't have anything set up, so I'm sneakily trying to set it all up. And luckily, he just kept walking down that fence line, but his teeth were all worn down. He was a good old dog. He's not one you'd be able to call in. It was just luck of the draw that he happened to walk past.
Yeah, if I'd spotted it, 2 seconds earlier, I would have been able to be in a position where I shot him. But he's just like walked straight through the fence, straight into the long grass, and just disappeared. But he was like a really light, creamy, almost color, just old and thick. But there's plenty of lambs on that property at the moment, so they're just absolutely feasting on the lambs and any of the ewes that died during. So there's plenty of food out there.
Yeah, plenty of food. Yeah, it's always the case this time of year. It's hard to call them in because there's so many options for them.
But yeah, definitely getting keen for a light this weekend, going out with a couple mates. So hopefully drop a few and get those boys their first foxes. So,
but yeah, that'll be good, mate. Always good to take new people out.
Oh, it's awesome fun. It's awesome fun. But, one of them's a lefty. I've got all right-handed rifles, so he takes that little bit longer just to get used to the rifle.
Yeah, no, that'll happen. You need to just whistle him into 25 meters and give him a shotgun.
Yeah. I'll be taking the 12 gauge for him.
Perfect.
So what's the funniest thing that's happened to you out hunting?
We had a pretty good one. Oh, how long ago? It was about a month ago now. We went away for a mate's birthday and out to the Flinders to go away. All the families came up and everything like that. So we didn't have much time to go hunting. So we ducked out one night and I had my mate's 300 WSM. My other mate was on the front bumper with his Win Mag, and we we're both looking at this goat deciding if we were going to shoot it or not. I was only going to shoot it to stop him from shooting it, and I was like, I don't want to shoot it that bad, and then I got to butcher it and do everything else, and he's like, all right, I'm shooting it. So he shoots it. We walk over there, and we're all standing around. We're like, it's a nice goat. It's probably 20 inches, 24 inches. Like, it was good for the area. There wasn't very many big ones about. And then one of the other lads goes, who shot the second one? At about 2.5 meters behind the first goat, there's another goat just lying there with a perfect headshot as well.
That's insane.
300 Win Mag with copper bullets and just put it straight through one's neck and straight through the one behind its head. And we could not stop laughing.
Yeah, I've done it with a bow a couple times. I shot this young billy, and I couldn't see right behind it, but like right up against it, there was another goat, exactly the same position. They would have been, shoulder to shoulder, and I've just put it through one goat and straight out the other goat, and then walked up, and there was two dead goats, and I've had that happen twice with the bow. So
yeah, it's you just don't see them. These were both black goats as well under a spotlight. There was no seeing the other goat. But yeah, quite funny. We all had a good laugh, and then really regretted having to cut them up.
Yeah, it's not something you do very often intentionally, because you want
No.
that humane kill, but it can happen there every now and again. So
Yeah, definitely. Oh, this was more than humane. Those 215 grain copper bullets,
I bet.
they keep moving with some energy.
No, that's awesome. So, what about your top 5 dream animals? Anywhere in the world, money not an issue. Where would you go? What would you chase?
Oh, there's definitely a few things on the list. I really want a blonde faced black bear. Don't ask me why. Yeah, that's something I'd really like to go chase. Is the black bears, and a blonde one would really tickle my pickle. After that, probably some predator hunting. Like, I'd love to hunt coyotes. Like, absolute, that'd be a dream.
They are
Coyote
cool.
hunting, yeah, coyote and bobcat, and you watch all the videos and stuff. And I've listened to a few podcasts recently. The Texas Predator Hunters, I think, is a good one I've been listening to, and he had a guy on there, and it's like, you don't realize, you sort of follow the bigger people who are always getting them, but you don't realize how hard it actually is. He had one guy on, spent 4 years chasing coyotes and had never shot one.
That's
And
insane.
I'm like, man, like, yeah, it's pretty crazy. So yeah, coyotes and a bobcat would be on the list. 2 more, I'd really like to get to NZ in the next couple of years. Mainly tahr. Tahr is on the list.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'll go with the hills and stuff. I'm a bit unfit, so might have to start exercising.
If I struggled through it, you'll struggle through it. I'm not that fit
Yeah,
either, so.
Yeah, exactly. You just push through if you want to do it.
Exactly.
After that, it sort of becomes difficult. There's so many animals out there. But I've had a friend go to Kazakhstan for ibex.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, just another goat like that, or mouflon even,
Mouflon
over in
is sick.
Hawaii. Yeah, that'd be something like that. Just somewhere different.
Coyotes are cool, man. The only one I shot when I was over in Mexico was sitting in a deer blind, and that's just come out and stood at 180 meters and just sat down. And I've just looked at my mate who I was with, and I'm just like, yep, headshot. And yeah, just absolutely smoked it. And then later that week, I called a bunch in to the stand when I had my bow. So I've opened up the stand, because these are big box blinds that are elevated off the ground. I've opened up the door, and I'm standing on the steps, the railing, and I've called them right in, but they were just on the other side of the bush, right underneath. And they're all howling and sounding off. And I just see one.
That'd be awesome.
I seen one standing right behind the bush, and I'm like, I'm not going to get another shot with a bow. I just have to try and squeeze it through the bush, and just missed it. I was devastated.
Oh, that's spewing. Yeah, no, coyotes, they're such cool animals. And there's so many different ways to hunt them, which really intrigues me. Like hunting them with dogs over the summer and that sort of thing, and decoy dogging would be spectacular. Just to be there and watch, not even shoot them. But
they're surprisingly big. My mate that I was over in Mexico with, he shot a big male, and they're decent sized animals.
They're not foxes, that's for sure. Yeah,
far bigger than a fox. It's crazy, but they're cool. And then he went back the year later, and he managed to get a bobcat as well. So
I'm
cool
jealous.
Animals. But look into Mexico if you want to tick those off. You can get both of them over there.
Yeah, definitely be on the list.
What about your favorite thing to cook with hunted and caught food?
Hunted and cooked. I'm gonna have to say tenderloins. Just rip them. It's the first thing to go as soon as the deer's on the ground. They're coming out and they're getting fried. Just salt, pepper, and butter.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things to do. Is as soon as I get home, just pull those out and throw them in the pan.
Are you an offal guy? Have you tried the heart and stuff like that?
I have tried heart. I've tried cooking heart myself once, and I just it wasn't great. But I can't remember his name. The wild game chef.
Yeah.
I can't. He's a famous wild game chef and runs a few native. Why can't I remember his name?
Australian or
Yeah, Australian. Yeah,
Ross O'Meara?
no, no, he's an Adelaide guy. He does like the Chassa dinners and stuff, I think.
Okay.
I went to an ADA thing for the Northern Adelaide with him, and he did some heart in a one of those boiling things.
Sous vide.
Sous vide, that's the one. To rare and then put it on skewers and fried it on a grill, and it was amazing. That was really good, but I just tried to sort of replicate that by just grilling it, and it didn't work that great.
It's good if you cook it right and treat it
exactly.
good. And plus any spices you put on it help it as well. So
definitely always eager to try stuff out.
No, that's awesome. Let's jump straight into the night stuff. Tell everyone what it's about, how it came about, and what's going on.
All right, so I started the brand in the dark, basically, just as a host.
What did I say? Into the night. Sorry, into the dark.
No, yeah. in the dark, yeah. Started that to host basically a fox hunting competition. The idea came around when I was on the committee for the ADA a few years ago now, and I wanted to just run in our club a fox hunting competition, and I never got to do it. So the idea's always been in the back of my head that it's something I wanted to do, and just got excited about it again, listening to some predator hunting podcasts and the American competitions and that sort of thing that they have over there. They have some pretty impressive competitions over there, like $80,000 prizes and stuff for first, and I'm like, oh man, that's crazy. Like, I thought it'd be pretty cool if we could get something going here, not to $80,000 extent, but if we can grow it over a few years and see where it goes and where we can take it. So I sat down and started writing, and that brought together the Foxtastic weekend.
That's awesome. So when did you it actually come out? Like you've had it away for a while by the sounds of it, and
yeah, so it's been tucked away for a while, and I opened the event entries last week. So it's a national event. There's a fairly detailed list of terms and conditions to make sure that it's fair and people can't cheat. I think I've been pretty good on how it will go and run pretty smooth. So yeah, it's exciting for sure. I know you're excited to get involved, and
I'm always keen to smash a red dog. So
yeah, exactly. But yeah, just hopefully, get some more people out hunting foxes and having a good night with their mates. And
so, what's the date that it's running on?
So it's running from the 6 p.m. on the 1st of September. Till 9 a.m. on Sunday the 3rd.
Now, with it being national now, because originally this was just going to be a South Australian event, are you running on like Eastern Standard Times, or
it'll be run on our time?
Our time?
So I can't work out other times, so that's up to the competitors. What I will say though is one of the big terms and conditions that's written in is the tiebreaker, which took me a long time to work out how I was going to do it, because it's very plausible that two people shoot the same amount of foxes. So basically with the tiebreaker, there's a phone number there that you submit your tally to. At any time over the 2 days, you could submit your tally. So you could shoot 10 foxes on Friday night and say, well, I'm not hunting tomorrow, so I'll submit now. and someone shoots 10 foxes over the whole weekend and submits on Saturday night, they're losing to the person who submitted first.
Okay.
So if you lock your numbers in on the Friday or early on Saturday night, and someone waits till 9 a.m. in the morning, that's the tiebreaker, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And explain the shake test, because that's a different way of doing it, because I've followed different fishing competitions and that, they normally send out a code on the day and you have to take a code, with your brag mat and the fish and that. So you've got the shake test. Explain what that is.
So basically the same thing with the number. Numbers will be received via email or text at 6 p.m. around 6 p.m. I can't send them all at once. I'll try to. I'll work it out. I'm not very technologically savvy. Jeez, English is terrible.
Just quickly, what I thought there quickly, maybe you should do like a WhatsApp. Have a WhatsApp group where you send that type of stuff. Everyone joins the WhatsApp, possibly. Or a Discord. That's another app that you could probably use to set it all up. Get everyone to join a Discord group and you set it up.
And then just post one photo of everyone's number. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's more to think. We're going to talk about this later.
Sorry, I had to spill it out before I forgot it. Otherwise, it would have been gone.
Yeah.
So shake test.
That's right. Get it out. Shake test. So the shake test is basically, you've shot foxes before and then gone back the next day and they're as stiff as a brick. A shake test is basically just going to be the way of proving that your fox is freshly shot, and that you didn't go out from Wednesday, Thursday and try and shoot as many foxes to try and beef up your tally for the weekend. So you'll have your team number and you'll say, yep, we're team 369. It's me, my buddy Zach. You'll show each other on the camera, give the fox a shake to show that it's fresh, and then just knock an ear off of it so you can't walk around to a different background and be like, oh, we got another one, got another one. So an ear or a tail, a knife or a pair of secateurs will do the job pretty quick.
Yeah, beautiful.
Just simple, easy way, take a quick video, and then the top 5 people who submit their tallies will be requested to send in all their videos. We'll go through that and make sure they're all legit. And then the winners will be declared. We're also going to have hopefully a lot of random prizes up for draws. We've already had some great people donate stuff in, the Firearms Owners United, Eureka Tactical, and a few other people I'm talking to as well. So
yeah, beautiful. Yeah, the Eureka Tactical and Firearms Owners United. Well, it's not Eureka Tactical anymore. It's Eureka Outdoors. They've had
that's correct.
Name change recently, but
name change. Yeah,
they're awesome groups, and I've done a lot with them over the past couple of years with since the podcast has been out. But yeah, they're always keen to jump on those types of things. And I've just thought of and a couple other people. I'll send you a message after. Try to get some more people on board for it. More people.
Yeah, that's it. We really appreciate the support. It's not an easy thing to put on. It sort of just took a bit of a risk. I didn't want to go out and say, oh, there's going to be $1,000 worth of prizes and get 5 entries and I'm out $1,000.
Yeah, no, that's
sort of thing. But as the competition grows and we know we're going to have that background, the prizes can only get better and that sort of thing, and more brands will get on board. So yeah, there's a few people I'm talking to. I think I've got to stop into the Impact Dynamics podcast next week, I think. Just a quick shout out for those boys.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I've listened to a few of their podcasts. They do some great work, and I've dropped in there a couple times and introduced myself and checked out the store. You got Projectile Warehouse and Scoped Out. Yeah,
Scoped Out. Yeah, great guys in there, and an awesome team of people. They do a lot for the precision rifle industry, and hunting as well. Some quality stuff in there.
Definitely, man. Definitely. It's great podcast. They got a good social media following. Josh does some great work with all the all the videos and the photos and the social media side of stuff.
Yeah, he's a media genius, that guy.
He is, and it's been good watching him get out. You've gone out with him a couple of times from what I've seen recently.
Yeah, I shoot with Josh a fair bit. We chat most days. He's a top lad, and he's getting a lot better with his shooting. That's for sure. He's come a long way, both with his shooting and his videos in the last couple of years.
Yeah, I think when I first started chatting to him, he hadn't really gone out hunting yet. So I think that's a pretty recent endeavour, going out fox shooting and stuff like that. Yeah,
we need to get him out a bit more and need to get him a red dog for sure.
Are those boys got a team?
I'm not sure. I think there might be something in the works. We'll see. We'll see if we can't get them some land to hunt on and get them out there.
Definitely do it. It would be cool to see what those boys come up with like social media side of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll have to have more chats with them. I know. I don't know if you know Joe, who works there.
No, I don't.
He works for them as well. He was out with me. He's come out a couple of times now. He got his first fox last time we were out. Nice 160 meter shot.
Yeah, beautiful.
Straight between the eyes. It was pretty impressive.
Definitely.
But yeah, I know he's pretty keen to get out. So I'm going to try and set him up with some mates to get him out as well, and be good.
Yeah,
get as many people out as we can.
I'm stoked to hear that it's Australia wide now. So
Yeah, the way I set it up was always so it could be Australia wide, and I was going to just try and run it a bit locally to test the waters sort of thing. And I thought, you know what, we'll just open it up and see how it goes.
That's the way to do it.
That's it. The terms make it fair to everyone, no matter where they are. So get around it.
That's sweet. Is there anything else you want to add on that?
No, I don't think so. If anyone's got any questions, feel free to send me a DM on Facebook or Instagram or an email. I'm happy to chat to anyone about anything.
We'll jump to
any queries they have.
We'll jump to the social media side at the end of the podcast, and we'll let them know where they can contact you. So all the interested parties can join in.
Yeah, awesome. Hopefully, there's lots of interested parties. It should be a good weekend.
There should be now. Now that I know that it's Australia wide now, I'll get plugging on more pages.
I appreciate that, mate. And I just want to say also, the more people that join, the better the random draw prizes are going to get as well. So, bit more incentive.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not just a first, second, third prize. There's hopefully going to be lots of random draw prizes as well for people. So, should be good.
That's sweet. That's sweet. Hopefully we get some. You get some interesting foxes come through. One of my properties, I seen a black and white fox one day when I was out there, but I'd never was able to get a shot on him.
Oh man, there's some cool looking foxes out there. I'd love to shoot a black one.
Yeah.
I've seen an albino one once.
Oh, that's cool.
It ran across the road in front of me, and it was just completely white. I swerved for it, but didn't get it.
I reckon there should be a bonus category for cats.
A bonus category, yeah. I thought about that, but if it gets out to the public, it probably shut it down pretty quick.
Boost the numbers,
unfortunately,
of the event.
Yeah.
How do you see the public views on hunting and hunters?
It's an interesting question, that one. I don't spend too much time in the public eye, and I tend to stick to myself a bit. But I think with COVID, it's definitely changed, especially Meat Eater. Meat Eater made a big impression on everyone, I think. And then COVID hit, and people realised, what do we do if we can't get to the supermarket to get meat? So I think they're getting better, but I think there's always going to be a side that's completely against it, and a side that sits in the middle, and a side that's for it.
Yeah,
I don't think that's ever going to change.
And how would you change the public views on hunters and hunting?
Take meat away from the supermarkets.
That would get people changed pretty quick, I reckon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's another interesting question. I've heard you ask it before, and I've thought about it a lot. And really, it just comes down to getting the right information out there, and not the fake information. I mean, Blood Origins. Robbie's doing a fantastic job.
That he is.
So I'm happy to say I'm a supporter of him. He does, some wonderful work. It's just we need more people like that, sort of getting out into the public eye and really showing the details of what we do, and not so much they're killing all these animals for fun sort of thing. It's a lot more than that.
Education over emotion, really.
Exactly.
No, that's definitely a good way. And finally, what is hunting to you?
Hunting to me, that's a difficult question, because I sort of fall under so many categories of hunting. Like I predator hunt, I pest control. Yeah, it's definitely a lifestyle. And it's something that I'll do for the rest of my life for sure. I don't ever see myself putting a rifle down. But yeah, it's life. Like it's what we've done since the beginning of time, sort of thing. Like it's who we are.
Yeah,
it's who I am.
Yeah, I can 100% relate, and I know what you're saying there.
Yeah, it's hard to articulate.
It is words. A hard one, but I like how everyone says very, very similar stuff, but puts it in their own words.
Yeah, exactly.
So people interested in the Foxtastic weekend, where can they find information on it? Where can they find you on social media and follow your stuff that you do as well?
Yeah, all right. So my personal page is Maxwell More Powder. There's a funny story behind that we'll have to get into one day. For all the information on the competition is at In the Dark on Instagram, or In the Dark 369, and In the Dark on Facebook. Or if they go onto your social media, I'm sure they'll find lots about it. You've been more than generous with sharing. Thank you.
Yep, and I'll keep it up, and I'll share some more stuff and take some screenshots and actually post them rather than just stories, so that it gets out there a bit more for you. So, but I'm definitely keen to partake and get a couple guys from work that haven't really done too much hunting, get them out there and enjoy it. Just something a bit different for everyone.
That's what it's all about, just getting out there with mates or family, or just having a good time. If you don't have a teammate, someone you know will be interested in going, I'm sure, just say, hey, mate, want to go fox shooting? And they'll say, no worries. Yeah, let's go. Everyone enjoys it. So. And
it's getting a real bad pest off the landscape and saving a few native animals and lambs and a bit of everything. So
exactly right. It's hopefully it'll turn into a bigger event over the years, and we'll see hundreds of foxes wiped off the face of the earth over a weekend. Would be really great.
There'll be thousands in a couple years' time. We'll have to start making big fox trench coats for the prizes.
That definitely couldn't be done.
But no, anyway, man, thank you very much for coming on the podcast. It's only a shorter special bonus episode for it. So, but we'll definitely get you back on after it and see how it all goes. Maybe get you on with a couple of people that participate and, try and have a good chat about it and talk about how it went and how, what went wrong, what went right, and how we can grow it in the future for you.
Yeah, no, appreciate that, and yeah, definitely, I'm excited to come on again. Thank you for having me. It's
all good.
Been an experience.
Nah, it's all good. Anytime, man. Anytime. I like chatting to new people. You and I have chatted for a while over Instagram, but haven't chatted face to face yet. So
yeah, it's definitely good to catch up and have a good chat.
Definitely, man. Well, I'll let you go, but yeah, I really appreciate you coming on. Have a good night.
You too, mate. Thanks.
Will do. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Hunting Connection Podcast. We hope you've enjoyed our discussions and gained valuable insights into the world of hunting, fishing, and the outdoors. To stay connected with us and never miss out on an update, please be sure to follow us on social media, all at Hunting Connection Podcast. We appreciate your support and would love for you to share the podcast with your friends and family. Don't forget to tag us in your hunting photos on social media and let us know about your experiences. Your feedback is invaluable to us, so please take a moment to subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. Together, we continue growing and delivering more captivating episodes for all hunting enthusiasts. Stay connected, stay informed, and keep pursuing your passion for the hunt. Until next time, happy hunting.